Hey guys, it's Wilson. Welcome to week 7. This week is the last step of documentation and paperwork before we actually get to build our bird feeders. Or squirrel feeders or hummingbird feeders. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is a refined, detailed sketch of your design. And here's why. 2 reasons. First of all, you want to get this stuff documented. If you come up with a good design, you're going to want it recorded. So very rarely in industry you're going to be designing something for the sake of making that one thing. That's something we do in school a lot. We have each student make one thing. But if you're doing this for a job, if you're doing this for money, the one thing you make is for testing. And then when the design is good, you submit that documentation so the thing can be manufactured. So you want a good record of what you're doing. The other reason, which is going to be more important to you guys on this project right now, is working it out on paper serves a lot like a rough draft. If you guys think about your earlier design projects in class when you did stuff in CAD first, or maybe even if you think way back to the rocket project, you designed something on paper first, and you may have realized that process made you have to think out stuff like, how is this going to be connected to the other part? Or, wow, this particular thing needs to be the right size to fit with this particular thing. Or, how do I cut this shape out in CAD? How do I cut it out in real life? So the big reason I want you guys to work on sketches this week is so you work out as many problems as you can before you spend time, materials on your actual prototype. You can almost think of doing this on paper as a rough draft before the prototype, which is another rough draft. Because we know that our first design sucks. Usually our second and third does too, which is why we come up with all these different ways to kind of catch the problems as we go. So, for your sketch, I'm going to ask you guys to do it in multi-view. It creates more detail, lets you think about all the different sides of the thing, and if there's details that you wouldn't normally see in a 3D drawing, you'll see it in multi-view. So do it in multi-view, practice that skill. I want you to get some overall and necessary dimensions on there, so before you start cutting on something, you want to know where you want to make those cuts. So I want you to be thinking about those dimensions in the sketch. Measure twice, cut once. Dimensions are part of that. I want you to use annotations. So annotations are a new skill. I haven't really asked for this before. Maybe a little bit in the rocket project. But I want you to put notes on your sketches that give detail that you can't sketch well. So if you want a certain part to be clear so you can see the seeds and another part's not going to be clear because you're using like a yogurt bottle, yogurt holder, I don't know what those things are called, yogurt Tupperware, then that's really hard to draw that something is clear and something else is not clear. So use annotations. Put a little note on there that says this is clear, this is not. Or if you're cutting a little hole and it's not super clear why that hole is there, put a little note that say, this is where the seed comes out. Annotations make up for your lack of drawing skill. I use them all the time because there's lots of things I can't draw. But 2 words and a little arrow clarified for me. And then if you guys are using CAD for this project, you're totally welcome to submit a CAD file. Well, I always want you to submit a PDF, but you can use CAD to create the geometry for this refined sketch, or you can do it by hand. I'm totally comfortable with either. So that's what we're looking at today. The Zoom meeting on Thursday is just going to be a gallery, so it's going to be time to show off designs and talk things out, and of course I'm going to ask everybody else in the Zoom meeting to help give some critique, and if somebody sees a problem with your design that maybe you didn't think of, this is going to be time to get that feedback. So if you join the Zoom meeting, come with designs ready to go. You can also join the Zoom meeting if you have any questions. I'll be there to help you. So let's talk grades. finally have Canvas and Skyward ready to rock. They are doing their jobs. And what they're doing is they're making it super, super easy to pass IED. You guys know the rule. If whatever grade you got third quarter is the grade that you're going to have for the semester, or better. So if you got an A third quarter, you're guaranteed an A for the semester, which is why some of you already have like 170 some percent in my class. Because as far as the grade is concerned, everything you do fourth quarter, everything you do during the shutdown is considered extra credit. So have fun getting really crazy high grades this semester. Really, really appreciate you guys still participating in the class. I've done my best to make it fun, but we're still giving you some practice in design and giving you a couple new tools like the decision matrix. So I'm glad you guys see it valuable, because it is. This is going to help you be more comfortable when you guys get into your next STEM class. Those of you who are still failing or have a grade you're not happy with, whoa, is it easy to get a good grade in my class this semester. So your 4-year plan and your career interest profiler assignments, for instance, each one of those was worth 20 points. Well, each assignment that I give during the shutdown is worth 40 points. So the idea is it's going to take a couple days to do these. You normally make each day worth 20 points, so that's why each week is worth 40. But what it does as far as the grade calculations is make it really, really easy for you guys to improve your grade really quick. So if you're still failing my class, it's not going to take much for you guys to get a good grade. Please take advantage of this. It's the easiest I've ever seen to get a good grade, probably in all your classes. So if you guys are having trouble, please reach out to me. Shoot me an email, hit me up on Remind, come to the Zoom meeting, but get the help you need to be able to pass the class. If you're already passing and you're up over 100%, hey, it's going to be fun to say you got a 230% in my class this semester. So enjoy that. See some of you guys on Thursday. Shoot me emails if you need help, and have fun sketching. Take care, guys.